Guardian columnist Lucy Mangan and her mum recently went house hunting because her mother wanted a home that she and Lucy's dad could eventually retire to. Thing was, it soon emerged that Lucy's dad knew absolutely nothing about it. So it seems that her mum is happy to make life-changing decisions without consulting her dad. So, in our own homes, are we the decision makers, or do we always rule as a double act?
Well, I think you know, if I got home one day and there was a for sale sign outside my house, I might be a little bit upset that he'd made that decision without me. But I think probably because I'm kind of, you know, I'm laid back and I'm not really bothered about many things. So I'll go to him, like he'll go, well, I'll wait till you get home and we'll, you know, we'll sort that out together. And I go, no, you carry on, it's fine. Whatever you decide is fine.
Really?
Yeah, but then on other things that he's not interested in, he'll say the same to me. Like when we were getting married, it was very important to him as well as me about choosing the venue. You know, he wanted to say where the venue was going to be and if he liked it and all of that. But then when it came to the flowers and cars and all of that, he absolutely didn't care. It was like, I don't care. Why do we need flowers? You know, why do we need a car? We can walk, you know. So then I made those decisions. So we kind of balance each other out. But I would say that possibly he makes probably the most important decisions. I mean, after Kira was born, it was more his decision that we weren't going to have any more, because I probably would have liked another one.
And were you all right with that?
Yeah, because what I never said to him was I wasn't talking about having another one with him. Wasn't really his decision, was it?
Absolutely. No, but we come from a kind of family, I guess, of really quite strong-minded women. I mean, my grandma was fantastic, my Granny Garrett. She, in the war, she used to like to move house while my granddad was away. She used to try and get better council houses all the time. And my granddad used to come back from the war and knock on the door, and it wasn't her. She wasn't there. She'd gone and taken the family, and he used to have to ask round. You don't know where my wife is, do you?
Was she trying to lose it,
No, I don't think so. I mean, she wasn't bothered either way, really. But no, happened. She knew he'd find her eventually, you know. But I do think.
Let him know, though. I mean, you know, she couldn't ring him on his mobile or anything, could she?
No, that's true. Send a pigeon, you know. They kept pigeons.
The old door.
But I do think it is good if you can to try and make decisions together, and I do try and involve Peter in my decisions. Sorry, no, I think it is good, but to be honest, Peter, my husband, he's a doctor, in case you don't know, his head is just full of other stuff, patients, prescriptions, you know, and it's really hard for him, actually, I think, to kind of think of all these things at the same time. So I try and plant a seed, you know. I'll say to him, look, I think we need to think about this. We need to make a decision about this, love. I've already decided what I think we should do. But, you know, you've got to try and
make him think he's made the decision, but actually you've completely manipulated the situation.
Well, I try and get a discussion going.
You've made the decision, but you just want to make out you're involving him, but you don't.
I do care.
What about the really big things, like, you know, where you live, your kids, all that stuff?
Having a second baby, he didn't know much about that, if I'm absolutely...
Well, it must have something to do with it.
No, but we just had one. I said, oh, look, I'm pregnant again, fancy. And I was
a doctor, he must know where it came from.
Well, he said I'd be all right because I was breastfeeding from the first one. How about that?
Oh.
Got that wrong, didn't he?
Oh, so you
So he didn't know at all that you were both trying for a baby?
Not really. He was so tired. I just thought I'd take that off his shoulders, you know, because he was so tired with the first one not sleeping ever, you know.
Leslie! I'm so surprised.
Why?
I'd be quite happy if
he was
Darren
very happy. He was very happy with
yes,
it.
I'm sure he's very happy with the outcome. I'd just be happy if Darren could make a decision. He just talks himself round and round in circles. Drives me nuts. His middle name should be procrastinate. I can't even say it. Because he just can't seem to kind of... You know what it comes from? I think it's a lack of confidence in your decision. Judgment. Yeah, in your own judgment, absolutely.
Well, how trivial, though? Small things?
What should he wear to go to the airport?
Is that it? But he goes to the
it could
airport
be that to some of the bigger stuff. But yeah, he'll talk things through in huge detail. And sometimes, you know, you're just too busy and you just have to make decisions. You know, like, what should we order if we're having a takeaway? And I say, you do it. And it's like, you can see the responsibilities overwhelming him. He's like, oh, no. Oh, no. I've got to remember she doesn't eat duck. Doesn't eat duck, because then the duck will turn up.
Because he's scared. Because if he gets it wrong, you're going to go nuts.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Quackers.
Go prawn crackers.
Yeah.
The bill. Well, we don't really really have any, big decisions to make. I think the biggest decision we have to make every day is, what we'll have for us tea. 'Cause that's what he
That's
says
what I'm
every day.
talking
He's
about.
always like, oh, what should we have for us tea? I'm like, oh, I don't know, you decide. And he goes, shall I go get a pizza? And I go, oh, I don't want a pizza. So he does try to make decisions, day-to-day ones. But usually I end up subconsciously overruling them. And I don't mean to, but, I'm kind of a bit more headstrong than he is. He's a bit like you. He's very laid back and very passive. He'll just go along with whatever I say.
So you tell him what to do?
Well, I don't tell him what to do.
I mean, I'm the
I do,
same.
but with my wedding... our wedding. No, I said that on purpose because I have in the past referred to it as my wedding, and it isn't my wedding, but we're both completely involved in that decision. But it's not a discussion, it's not an ongoing discussion, because my theory is with massive decisions like that is the answer just comes to you eventually, and it will do, because we've got no idea.
You'll say, Mark, this is what's happening.
And he'll go, that's
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
all right.
yeah,
This
what
is
are we
what's
having for his
happening.
tea?
This is who's come in, and he'll go, oh, I don't know what we'll have for us tea.
Okay. That could be